Watch this video to learn how to play Pop Pop Popcorn from the Piano Adventures Level 1 Technique book. Today we are learning how to play this song, which is in your technique book, Pop Pop Popcorn. It goes with the lesson book song, Skipping in Space. When we learned how to play Skipping in Space, we first learned a trick to read the treble clef space notes. We learned that those spaces from the bottom to the top spell the word face. We practiced writing the word face directly into the spaces on the treble clef. This lets us match it up to the notes and determine which space they're in so that we know the letter that they are. We're going to move in closer to the music here and start looking at the details for this piece. The time signature for this piece is 4/4. The top number tells us that there will be 4 beats in every measure of music, and the bottom number tells us that the quarter note gets 1 beat. Take a look at these symbols that I'm going to circle. The first one here at the beginning of the piece looks like a repeat sign, except for it's facing the wrong way. And then towards the end of the piece, we have a repeat sign that is facing the correct way. These repeat signs look like they are facing each other, and they tell us that we should repeat the music that is inside the two of them. So we are going to play all the way until we get to that end repeat sign, and then we're going to bounce back to the first one and play those measures again. Let's move in even closer and look at the music one line at a time. We'll start by finding our beginning notes. Let's write the word face into the spaces of the treble clef to find the first note here, which shares the F space, so this is an F. The note in the left hand is the first one that we ever learned, so I'm pretty confident that you will know that this is middle C. Go ahead and write a C on that line. Check out the last measure in this line, which I'm placing inside of this cloud. The notes that are inside of the cloud, do those look like they are stepping or skipping to you? You, like me, might be noticing that these notes look like they are moving from space to space. And we know that when notes move from space to space, they are skips. Go ahead and circle the word skips above the staff. Next, we'll jump down to the second line and start with the first measure. Do the notes inside of this cloud look like they are steps or skips? They're skips because they're still moving space to space. And now, how about the notes that I'm putting inside of this next cloud? Do these look like they are steps or skips to you? These are also moving space to space, so they are also skips. Now take a look here at the last measure of this line, the notes that are going inside of this cloud. Steps or skips? They are also skips. And finally, we will move down to the last line. Now here, if you could circle both of the middle C's because they're repeating notes, the only repeating notes in this piece, that it would be a great idea. And take a look at where I'm drawing this next cloud. Do the notes that are inside of this cloud look like they are steps or skips to you? These notes are moving space to line, line to space, space to line, line to space. So these notes are steps. It's the only place in this piece where we have steps instead of skips. Now we are almost ready, but before we move to the piano, we need to look at the dynamics. Dynamics are the louds and quiets in music. And if we go to the beginning of the piece, we see symbols there that tell us how loud most of this piece is. These symbols tell us that the first time we will play these measures mezzo forte, but when we repeat them, we will play them piano. The other dynamic symbol comes right after the repeat sign, so it's for the ending, and it tells us that our ending will be nice and forte or loud. With that, let's move to the keyboard and learn how to play this piece. We need to make sure that we get our hands in the right place to start so that we can have success. So your left hand first note is middle C. That's where your thumb is going to go, like this, which means that your pinky is on bass F. And your right hand thumb is going to go on treble F, the F just above middle C. So your hands will look like this. This piece begins with what I call the battle of the thumbs. We're going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I want to make sure that you hear that rhythm really well. It's bounce, 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 land. The last note of each phrase needs to be that long ta. Let's try to play those first two measures together. 1, 2, ready, go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, ta. Now, the next 4 measures are all skips. First, we play A to F, which is your middle finger to your thumb, and it's going to have that long note at the end. And then we go to C to A, which is pinky to 3. Still that long note at the end. We're going to begin together now in measure 3 with A to F, third finger to thumb. 1, 2, ready, go. Bounce, A to F, 3 to 1, land. Ta, pinky, bounce, C to A, and land. Ta. Great. Measure 7 to 8 is where we have those steps instead of the skips. So we start with 2 left thumbs and they're bouncy. Then in our right hand, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And you'll notice that those notes are legato until the last one is staccato. So they're sticky. So land, together, jump. Try just that part with me, starting with the 2 bouncing left thumbs. 1, 2, ready, go. Bounce, bounce, land, move up and jump. And then we're going to jump down, 2, 1. We're going to try measure 7 and 8 all together. 1, 2, ready, go. Bounce, bounce, 1, 2, jump, jump, land. Great. After that, we repeat everything that we did, but now we're going to play it piano. And to play staccatos, piano on the keys, we need to stay very close to the key. We've practiced that before, back when we did Mexican jumping beans, but I'm going to have you practice doing this just a little bit. You want to keep your finger right on the key so it's not even leaving. Great, we're going to play the first 8 measures together now. Piano. 1, 2, ready, go. Thumbs. Ta, 3 to 1. Ta, 5 to 3. Ta, 2 C's. Land and jump, jump, ta. Great. We only need to learn how to play the last 2 measures now. The first note that you see is treble C. That's where our right hand pinky is, and we're going to play it staccato. Then there's a rest beat. Then we play middle C. There's another rest beat, and then we go to our right thumb. The very first note of the piece is also the last note of the piece. Let's try that together. We're beginning in measure 9. 1, 2, ready, go. Treble C, rest, middle C, rest, treble F. Rest, rest, rest.